Hello and welcome back. A bit of an update. I do have the character moving around based on key clicks as well as animating on our key clicks. So what I'll do, like the other videos, is I'll go ahead and show you what that looks like when we're playing the game, and then I'll walk you through the code. We'll also be going through the animator that I set up that the code is reliant upon. So, unlike the last video, here you can see that now the character, anytime you press any of the movement keys, again that's W, D, S, and A, you can see that he goes into what I'm calling the fly state. It's just a little bit different animation, makes it a little bit more fun to play. This animation also works when you press the up, down, right, and left arrow keys. Currently, he still does go off of the screen, so that will be the next thing I'm working on, is going to be the camera angles. But let's go ahead and take a look at the code in order to get him to behave in this way. So in our code, it's actually pretty straightforward. The first thing that we're doing is on game start is we are actually grabbing the character animator that we're going to be looking at momentarily. And from there, it is a pretty straightforward if and else statement. So if any of these input keys are pressed, go ahead and play the fly animation. Else, go ahead and play the wait or idle animation. So let's go ahead and look at the animator. It's going to be this right here. This is something that I did have to set up myself. And what this does is it takes the character in each of the different states. You can see down here he has a few different built-in animations, and this actually pieces together those animations along with the script that we just looked at. So what this does is on entry it's going to go immediately to our wait or our idle animation. If we open that up, you can see this is actually the preset animation that the asset came with when it was downloaded from the asset store on Unity. However, I did have to make a few adjustments in order to get it to function the way that I need it to function. For example, this loop time and loop pose, I did have to go ahead and add those in. What that does is if you were idle for say 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, it's not actually going to stop playing that animation at any point in time. It's just going to keep cycling. From there, we go into this arrow here on key press, and what that does is it allows it to transition over to fly. And then same deal with fly. Here's a lot of the preset animation. Again, the loop time and loop pose do not have any sort of end time attached to them, so as long as you're pressing any of those buttons down that have been coded, it will continue to work as intended. From fly, of course, when you let go of the buttons, it's going to go back down here and go into the wait state again.